Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Morgan Anderson. What a beautiful day we're having today. I have the sunshine pouring through the window as I record this. It's 62 degrees outside with some nice sunshine and partly cloudy. The sun will remain for the rest of the day. Our low for this evening is 32 degrees. Taking a look at your agricultural headlines, tariffs take effect today. Trump's 25% tariff on North American imports. Today, Tuesday, March 4th, the new tariffs announced by President Donald Trump have officially taken effect. In remarks delivered yesterday in the Roosevelt Room, Trump declared 25% tariff on Canada and a 25% tariff on Mexico. Those measures, now active since 12:01 a.m. today, impose a 25% tax on imports from both countries. The tariffs are intended to pressure these neighbors to intensify their fight against fentanyl trafficking and illegal immigration, while also addressing trade imbalances and encouraging domestic manufacturing. In addition, an extra 10% duty on Chinese imports have been implemented, targeting goods linked to the flow of deadly drugs into the United States. A White House official noted that discussions continue with China, Mexico, and Canada on these issues. The markets reacted swiftly, with the S&P 500 index dropping 2% in Monday afternoon trading as investors weighed the risks of higher inflation and potential disruptions to long-standing trade relationships. Meanwhile, the Mexican president and Canadian prime minister are set to meet U.S. officials in Washington later this week to discuss possible responses. Industry experts warn that these tariffs could significantly impact various sectors, from obviously U.S. agricultural exports under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement to establish cattle trade flows between the U.S. and Canada. Analysts emphasize that these measures form part of a broader series of trade actions initiated earlier this year, with potential for further retaliatory moves from affected nations. In response, China has retaliated with tariffs on U.S. agricultural exports. China has struck back against U.S. tariffs by imposing new duties on American agricultural products. Following a 10% tariff on Chinese imports, China responded with a 15% tax on U.S. goods, including corn, wheat, cotton, and poultry, plus an extra 10% on soybeans, pork, beef, and more. Chinese authorities also suspended soybean export licenses for 3 companies after detecting ergo and seed coating agents, and filed a WTO lawsuit over the U.S. tariff. In the same vein, today wraps up the final day of the 2025 Commodity Classic in Denver, Colorado. Ohio's Country Journal has 2 of our broadcasters out there, Joe Everett and Dusty Sonnenberg. And when Brooke Rollins, the Agriculture Secretary, was asked on Sunday in a press conference about what these tariffs mean for producers, here's what she had to say.
There is no question. Everywhere I go, in the 4 or 5 states I've been to so far, we've had a lot of producers into the USDA headquarters. When I'm in Washington, I'm sort of constantly trying to be talking to them and hearing their concerns directly. It's very helpful for me personally and figuring out what the next steps are. Everyone is very concerned. And so ensuring that we have all of the data, the information that we need, understanding the decisions that are being currently made, what implications those have. Obviously, that is my role, to take that to President Trump and to the team that is negotiating, that is working on those deals, to ensure that those concerns are heard effectively and that we have a plan in place to make sure that our farm community is not compromised more. Thank you.
That's enough tariff talk for today, but of course, you can expect the latest updates on what these tariffs mean for your farm, but also your family when you listen to the Ohio AgNet and check out OCJ.com. For now, we're going to switch gears and let's turn it over to our afternoon weather update from meteorologist Ryan Martin, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com.
Cloud cover dominating over Ohio for most of your Wednesday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that forecast update. No major weather issues here. We just got a minor disturbance that came across northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin overnight, trying to track through Indiana and Michigan. That's going to throw cloud cover in here and probably a little bit of light precipitation. I'm looking mostly at on again, off again, light rain. I think anywhere from 1/10 to maybe 3/4 of an inch. Coverage will end up being about 75-80% of Ohio through the day today. Colder air coming in behind this. A lot of clouds with that and maybe a few flurries overnight tomorrow night into early Friday. But then later Friday afternoon into Saturday, we start to see temperatures moderate ever so slightly before a chilly weekend tries to take hold. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Now let's recap how the markets closed, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. March corn down 4 1/4 at 4.36. May corn down 4 3/4 at 4.51 1/2. December corn down 4 1/2 at 4.46 3/4. March beans down 14 1/4 at 9.84. May beans down 12 1/2 at 9.99. November beans down 15 1/4 at 10.03 1/2. March wheat down 13 1/2 at 5.18 1/2. July wheat down 10 cents at 5.51 1/4. September wheat down 9 1/4 at 5.67 3/4. April live cattle up 2.40 at 194.65. June live cattle up $1.97 1/2 at 190 7 1/2 cents. August live cattle up $1.30 at 188.47 1/2. April lean hogs down $1.35 at 82.35. May lean hogs down $2.20 at 85.47 1/2. June lean hogs down $2.20 at 93.15. April feeder calves up 45 cents at 272.50. May feeder calves up 80 cents at 271. August feeder calves up 65 cents at 274. March class 3 milk down 37 cents at 18.17. And April class 3 milk down 44 cents at 17.65. This is the Ohio AgNet.